Hello, it's the 27th of May and the garden's really coming to life now. Just looking at these deep purple irises, which are looking particularly splendid. I'm very pleased with the way the sweet peas have come up this year. And there's some Nephophia, which again are coming up very well. So I think, as I have done periodically in the past, I think it's time to have a look around the garden and perhaps also catch up on some photographs of plants which have now gone over but which we enjoyed earlier in the year.
Here we have the pond with cotton grass and those rather nice yellow irises called dragonflower. Here we have the barred horsetail. It's the only living genus of a subclass of plants which for over 100 million years dominated the understory of late Paleozoic forests. Here we have the blackberries coming on. Looks like it could be a good harvest this year. Some plants seem quite hard to grow, but foxgloves, when they turn up of their own accord, which those did, are very welcome. Those orange flowers you can see are Atlas poppies. They're again visitors that have turned up of their own accord. Here's the dahlia bed. We've got some dahlia starting to come through. There's a close-up of that Atlas poppy again. Here we have some cauliflowers. We don't eat a huge number, so I'm planting 2 and then another 2 about 10 days or 2 weeks later. There's the deep purple irises, and behind them you can just see a delphinium, the white plant, Delphinium percival. There's some Nephophia in there, and here are the sweet peas, as discussed in my videos 1, 5 and 47. Got some lettuces and radishes coming up here. And here's the nursery bed for the leeks. Quite a few weeds in there, but the leeks are coming on well. Should be transplantable before too long. Here we have dianthus or pinks. That one's called maiden pink. I always think it's interesting the way that central flower on the phlomis grows on the stalk. That's a penstemon called Heavenly Blue. And here we have some Nautia, which are bee magnets. They also transplant themselves like weeds. I've had to pull some up from other areas of the garden. Here's a geum. One was called Cocinium koi. Sisyrinchium striatum. I only planted that last year. That's very pleasing. Tradescantia andersoniana. I think that's a fascinating looking plant. That one's called Sweet Kate. Persicaria Darjeeling Red. Great ground cover that was. And here we've got the parsnips coming through. There's the onions. Have a look at my videos 40 and 46 if you want to see how I'm trying to deal with the problem with bacterial soft rot that I had last year. Allium Christophi. I often think comfrey can look a bit ragged, but this year it's looking really nice. That again's a bee magnet. That variety was Symphytum hidcote pink. Looking into the fruit cage, looks like we're in for a good crop of blueberries. Those are the summer raspberries I planted last year in video 23. This will be their first year of fruiting. Put the mange tout in the fruit cage this year, so less will end up being eaten by the pigeons. On the left we have cucumbers, on the right we have squashes, which will be grown up this frame. We have the single courgette plant. It's a variety called Midnight, which is less spiny on its stems. A box round it was to stop it being damaged by wind when it was littler. I'll take that away soon. Here's the new alpine bed, the big plant on the end St John's wort, but they've kept flowering beautifully. Here's a plant that I only bought in a garden in Wales last week, Primula viale. And finally, in this whistle-stop tour of the garden as it is currently, here's the runner beans making a bit of a show. Now let's move on to some photographs of recent highlights. As ever, I've labelled the photographs, so if you want one of those flowers for your garden, you know what it's called.